It's Row again from the Mem Man. Not been into doing any podcasts lately. I've been very, very busy. Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year. We're back on it now. Looking around at a few things, and we've just found this Jimmie Nicol autograph display with the Beatles from 1964. The story around this is 64 that Ringo was taken ill before the Australian tour. He was rushed into hospital with tonsillitis. Everybody panicking, what's going to happen, what we're going to do? Brian and George Martin had a chat, and what shall we do? Shall we cancel? No, we can't cancel. So George Martin mentioned a guy called Tommy Quickly. Oh, this guy who played with Tommy Quickly, this drummer I know called Jimmie Nicol. Said, shall I get in touch with him? So they got in touch with him. They went back to the Beatles. He agreed to do it. They went back to the Beatles. They said, Paul and John, fine. Yeah, we'll take him. And George not too happy. So now if Ringo's not going, I'm not going. So that was that really put a spanner in the works. Then they didn't want to cancel. So George and Brian had a good chat with George Harrison, and in the end persuaded him to go, and they all went. And 27 hours later, Jimmie Nicol here is on stage with the Beatles with a Ringo suit on, playing at Copenhagen, playing the drums. And in between this, John was asked why wasn't Pete Best asked, and John mentioned, well, he's with another band now, and it'd be hard to ask him how things went, so we don't really want to, cause any trouble. So they didn't ask Pete Best, which is up to them, really. Yeah. The concerts went well. He did 8 gigs. Then I think on the 14th at Melbourne, Ringo took over. So he'd done 8 gigs with the Beatles. That toured in Hong Kong, Netherlands, Australia, obviously Copenhagen. So it had a good session with them. And this guy, he was around in '59 playing the ska, the R&B, the rock music, everything he sort of played in the late sort of '59 to '64. This guy was on the scene. He had his own band, Jimmy and the Shub Dubs, something like that. And yeah, it was around. If you see some flyers, you do see his name, Jimmie Nicol, on the early '60s flyers. So it was pretty well known. Obviously, this catapulted him to, everyone knows Jimmie Nicol now. Anyway, at the end of the gig, he did 8 gigs. He was given a cheque for £500 by Brian Epstein, which today is 13,000. So that's for 8 gigs. That is not bad money. So he was given that and a gold watch, which anybody finds that watch now, then wow, And he did the 8, and I think the big one's the Hong Kong tour he did. And if you ever see the programme for that, it's a black programme, Hong Kong on the front. That's a really rare programme. And obviously Jimmy was on the drums then. So Ringo came in 14th of June in Melbourne. He took back over. Jimmy came home. His claim to fame is played with the Beatles 8 times. And he's not particularly well known anywhere, but the Beatles bus will know about Jimmie Nicol. And this is his autograph, nice framed display here. Little bit of history for you regarding the Beatles, and this is probably worth £300-400. But if you got him with a picture of Jimmie Nicol, an autograph, you wouldn't know who he was, but he's with the Beatles. So you think, that's that drummer who played with the Beatles in Australia. And that's how he's known. He's still alive. He's about 83. And his claim to fame, he's played with the Beatles. Wow. And he's wore Ringo's suit. So that's our story for today. I hope you've enjoyed that one. And we'll be coming back soon. So again, I hope you've all had a good Christmas and New Year. Keep in touch with us. We've got a lot of great, interesting stuff coming your way. So please keep in touch. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye. If there's anything that you want, if there's anything I can do, just call on me and let's end it along with love from me to you, to you, to you. Na, 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 na.